Welcome to Brightly, You Radiant Being, the show that wildly recognizes, encourages, and invests in the radiance we all carry so you can shine your brightest. Each episode, we share soul driven advice and topics to help you live more brightly in mind, body, and spirit. Through sharing our experiences, friendship, and passions, we hope to impact you to step more brightly into yourself, inch by inch.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Tracy. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. We are both very high energy today. We both had kind of exciting evenings last night, but I do want to give credit to some of the stuff you brought up in our last episode as to the reason why I'm high energy. So if you haven't listened to our energy episode, please go back to episode 33 and check it out after you finish this one, of course. But you talked a lot about, whether or not you can generate energy, and, converting energy, but just kind of like that potential energy and all.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing a lot more of that, a little less of my super Virgo pre-planning, get everything perfect, have like step-by-step guide out, instead just being like, I'm doing this, and then just going out and doing it. And I feel like I have more energy because I'm not spending energy on the pre-plan, right?
Wow. That is so interesting because sometimes I think what happens is your subconscious mind, when you've pre-planned so much, it's like, okay, well, we're done with that. And then you have no energy to give to the actual thing.
Yeah, it's like that brain dump. You get it all on paper and then your brain's like, check, check. And what I did instead was I have all this stuff where I've planned and I've put stuff out there, and I just like deleted some things of it's an Excel spreadsheet. Of course, I am still a super Virgo, but so I deleted some cells that just were distracting or weren't really relevant. And then I was like, the goals we said were goals in April, still the dream, still gonna do it. And so I just started taking action on it, wrote some stuff on my whiteboard on my fridge so I wouldn't forget, but I'm just trying to move forward. Yeah.
Wow, I love that, because of course that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to revisit, our goals, our dream. And actually,
there's a difference, right?
Yes,
Goals
thank
and
you.
dreams.
Yes. I mean, for me, maybe not for everyone, but for me, I do think of goals being kind of Virgo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Goals are like, here's my list. These are the things I need to do. This is when I need to do it by. So it is very kind of a logical, almost linear thing. Whereas a dream is more
the magic.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's sort of like this big thing out there. And a lot of times, like you mentioned before recording, that your goals can get you to that dream. So the dream can still be magic and you can have these plans. So we are going to be kind of talking about dream, goal, back and forth today, but just
we're talking about that overarching, the inspiration for doing your regimented goal, SMART goal checklist, those step-by-step things.
Yeah. So you actually looked at your goals, your dream, and then took some things off. So I know that you did your mid-year check-in.
A light version. So I missed it around the solstice because I was too busy dancing around a fire with you and just like enjoying the season. And then I'm a Virgo, so I'm an August baby. So I'm just gonna instead do what they call it your solar return. That's your birthday, your own personal new year. So I'm gonna take. Nobody should have to work on their birthday, so I take that day off. Nobody. And so I do have some fun stuff planned, but then I think I'll do kind of a life check-in, a dream check-in, right? Like, are my big dreams still my dreams after, the year we had?
I love that, because I did finally do a goal check-in, and I did the same thing. I looked at them, decided which ones I actually did want to continue with, and then I chunked them out. I made a plan. I've got purple is this, pink is that, and it's on my calendar right in front of me. Like, this is what you have to get done today. This is what you have to get done today.
But I think like you had a couple of weeks ago when you took that great vacation and you realized what your dream is. Like, you've always had little goals and aspirations and stuff you were striving to achieve, but like it showed you a dream.
It showed me a dream life.
Yes.
Yes, which I don't think I had ever actually encapsulated for myself. Like it was sort of like this thing and maybe that thing and that thing. And of course, France and that, and, like all
Of
these
course,
different
France.
things. Yeah, because France. But I don't think I had thought so clearly about the feeling and what it would feel like on an actual day of a dream life. Like I've written it down, we do the right, like today. Oh, I was so thankful to visit with my friends today and have lunch at blah, 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 and go to the beach. But this day during my vacation, where it was like it just filled me with
Mm.
something. I don't want to get too
Well, it
dramatic
feels
here.
like it gave you the spark to reconnect you to the bigger picture of why
Exactly.
you're doing the little things you're
The
doing.
little things, the
Yeah.
goals. Yes. So today, actually for this show, I have been thinking, I always think a lot about goals, but I have been thinking specifically about this episode and what maybe where it should go as far as for dreams. And so I've been, I wrote a few notes down, and I always like to let things marinate a little bit inside of me because I tend to things bubble up that way for me. And uh, I'm sorry that it didn't happen sooner, but it happened today. This afternoon,
But
and
it
all of a
happened.
sudden I went, I have thought, okay, let me back up. Let me finish a sentence that I have thought about this before, that if we treated our goals as babies, we'd pay more attention to them, we'd feed them, we'd take care of them, we'd actually, touch in with them every day, right? But
Mhm.
as I was thinking about a dream, I thought to myself today, oh, we're in relationship with our dream. And we need to, like, what kind of relationship are we in with our dream? So, like, what is your relationship with your dream?
And that just like blew my mind because for me, my disconnect, I haven't had a relationship with my dreams because I've allowed my goals to all feel like tasks. So it's all stuff I want to learn how to do, or stuff I want to get better at, or stuff I want to be, have, things like that. But everything feels like work because I've
Yeah.
lost sight of that bigger picture relationship with like you were saying, that feeling, how it will feel. And like it's a dream. Like it's not just this endpoint. There's like this bigger magical shiny thing that I'm trying to connect
Yeah.
with. And I've allowed myself to completely disconnect from that and
Yeah.
just focus
You've ghosted your dream.
on,
You ghosted it.
ghosted it. I do that a lot. There's a lot to delete on that spreadsheet, Amy.
Yeah, well, or do you need to send some flowers and a card? I don't know.
Well, at least an apology, like.
Right? So, do you think so? The dream that you have now, or dreams, it's okay to have more than one dream, although you don't want to have too many. But do you feel like you could recommit to it, like have a romance with your dream?
So I love that because you hear people talk about commitment to goals all the time, and it seems more
Hmm.
about self-control and like, are you going to do the day to day? But to
Yeah.
me, some of these dreams that, when I think of commitment in terms of like this relationship analogy you've been given, like there are some dreams that I feel like I haven't achieved or put the work into, or like I do ghost them regularly because probably deep down, I don't think I can have it or I deserve it, right? Like
Oh,
how many people lose relationships or opportunities for relationships because of that? Like, I love these parallels you're
yeah.
drawing between having a relationship with your dream
Yeah.
because you can't commit to something you don't feel you deserve. And how many
Ooh.
feel we deserve our dreams, right? Like dreams, not like I want to run a marathon someday, but like what does that mean for your body? What does that mean for your resolve? What does
Yeah.
that mean for your life, right? Like looking at what these bigger picture, like why is it your goals and your tasks and all that? What's the bigger
And
dream?
why, like, here's another thing. Here's another question. Why would you have this dream? Like, why would you be given, the idea to have this dream and not deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you imagine that? What?
And I mean, if you go all the way back to our vision board episode, it
Yeah.
still strikes me how I had to remind myself, like, don't be ashamed of your dreams. Like, you can put your vision board in public because anybody who comes in your house is going to be like, yeah, I too want a vacation and go to France and be in love. Like, excellent vision board, Tracy. But at the same time, you're like, oh, this is so weird that I want these things. And then I'm cutting this out and like putting my dreams out there. Because it goes back to I think, was it the last episode or the one before, just talking about how when you're a dreamer, you're seen as more naive, right? Or
Yeah.
younger because you're not an achiever, right? It's not that more masculine, action oriented, allowing yourself to kind of marinate.
But why not be soft with your dreams? Why do you have to be like that action, go, go, go,
Yeah.
right?
Who wants to be hard with their dreams? I love that. Be soft with yourself. But yeah, so how about you? Are you ready for the commitment? Or how about, what did you say earlier? Full on romance? Are you romancing your dreams?
Exactly. Don't you love that, romancing your dream? So honestly, like I said, this literally came to me today. And while I'm writing it, I'm like, holy crap, I am now ready to recommit to with a full-blown romance with my dream. Like, I am ready for it. And of course, I just when
I might be ready for a courtship. I don't know if I'm quite where you are. This was just introduced to me, but
well, here's the thing. Yeah, flirt. How about flirting? How about just flirt with your dreams for a little bit?
What does that look like? Flirting with your dreams.
What does it look like? Does it look like maybe, okay, so say your dream was,
okay, wait. No, I'm gonna take it both literal and like run with your analogy.
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm doing is in terms of one of my dreams is a relationship, right? A romantic relationship. And so I'm not quite ready to date, but I'm flirting with it in the sense that I downloaded some apps and I'm talking to people, right? Like that doesn't mean I'm committing to anything and I can delete the app and like I don't own. I think you said I told you I don't want to use people as practice, and you're like, life is practice. Like, you're not using people, and so I love and appreciate that. But so I think I am flirting with that dream because it's still too soon. I'm still, for whatever reason, not feeling ready to like, hi, I'm going out on a romantic date with people. But I'm flirting with the idea of it, and I'm like doing little things that move me closer to it.
Yeah. So I think that is what flirting with your dream would be, just doing little things that either remind you of what the big thing would be. Like, I don't know, there used to be a hotel in, I don't know, Bloomington or Edina. It was the Sofitel.
Hotel Sofitel.
I know, Hotel Sofitel. That's what it was. Okay. So my mom and I, here you are, Mom, started going to it when I was 14. And the first time I went there, she went with me and my French class. Okay.
Oh.
So it was the Sofitel.
The first time I went to the Sofitel was also for French class.
I love it.
Minnesotan Twin Cities thing.
Yes, exactly. Because Hotel Sofitel is like, anyways, it was the experience for me. And then after that, we would go every year. Like, we would go and meet for breakfast every year, have breakfast there.
Beautiful.
So that is a way to flirt with, like, because that's one of my dreams, to go to France. So a way to flirt with it is to go to a French restaurant. And why not, right?
So why not? So, okay, so you said, I know you just came up with this today, but like, what is romancing your dream? Like, when you think about how you're going to romance your dream, like, you're the married one. You gotta teach me the romance. How are you going to be romancing?
Well, hey, because there are times when you are in a long-term relationship, there are times when you just have to like stop and go, wait a minute. I need to remember. I need to remember why I fell in love with this person and what I admire about this person. So you need to be like, show your enthusiasm for this dream, for this relationship, right? You need to, like we talked about, recommit. So you're going to recommit. That's probably first. And then you're going to be enthusiastic about it. Maybe flirt a little bit. think about your priorities with your dream. I know priorities sounds kind of action oriented, but
A little
do you,
practical, but yeah.
yeah, but do you have too many? Like, are there too many partners? Do you have too
Is
many
it an ethically
romances?
non-monogamous dream, Amy? That's the new thing. Is it an open dream? Are there other dreams welcome to come in and out? I tell you the things I'm learning on this app. But anyways, but yeah, do you have too many dreams? Because you do, you both, it comes down to time, right? So that's where the priority comes from. You only have so much time.
Mhm.
I mean, you can generate the energy, but you have to both be patient with yourself, but allow yourself to be successful, right? You have to allow
Yeah.
space for the dream in your life.
Well, you do need to allow space because you have to give it attention. You're going to give it attention. That's part of romance, right? Is giving kind of that undivided attention. So
Mm.
if you have too many dreams, maybe you're multitasking, maybe something like that, that's not giving your undivided attention. You have to put your whole heart into it, right? So you have to be open-hearted, you have to be wholehearted. Um, you have to respect the fact that you are in partnership with your dream. Okay. So if you think of yourself in partnership with your dream, I feel like that gives you just a little bit of sort of accountability. And I know that's not a soft word, but you know that you're, if you're in partnership, the dream you're in partnership with deserves your attention.
Well, but
And
also, I mean, that's helpful too for those times when you don't have the energy or you're feeling tired or overworked. Like, some relationships aren't 50-50, definitely not 100% of the time. Sometimes they're 90-10. So sometimes a
mhm,
dream is going to require 90% of you if you're going to make it happen, right? Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
are going to have to dedicate yourself to it. Um, how is a dream in partnership with you then?
So I'm just trying to, I feel like um, what I keep thinking about, and I'm going to butcher it, is the Rumi poem. And I can't think of exactly how it goes, but something like the things that you want you back, or the
Yeah.
things that you were, so I feel that you have dreams for a reason. I honestly believe that in a way they're given to you. I believe that they're given to you because the dream itself wants to be realized. It's
Ooh,
almost like if you can.
ooh, you are a vessel for it. The dream wants to be realized. You have to take a pause. Like that's huge.
Okay. Well, thank you. But I believe that. I believe that the dream, and I think if we think of that,
Mhm.
that the dream wants to be realized. So the dream, don't think of the dream as your goals written on paper, right? Your dream, think of it as a living, breathing thing. And I
Yeah.
know that seems weird, but then I think that you would treat your dream better.
Well, not only that, but like imagine those times when you feel like you're hitting a roadblock, or if it's something that does require a lot of time, energy, resources, things like that, you can have a conversation with it to remind yourself while you're doing it, right? Like you can.
You can, Tracy. That's brilliant. You absolutely can have a conversation with your dream. I have you ever done that?
This is all blowing my mind. No, I have not done that.
You
Have
going
you?
to?
Maybe. I think so. I don't know. I'm one of those people, and I'm gonna have to narrow it down. I have too many. I have too many, and I don't mean to be in an open relationship with them. I'm gonna have to prioritize my goals and my
An
dreams.
open relationship.
It's just I gotta figure it out. I was talking about something. I have a new therapist, and I was just sharing some stuff with her and where I feel blocked, and she gave me some ideas. And then like the next week I saw her, I was like, oh, here's all the things I've done, and here's what I'm doing. And oh yeah, I've just interviewed for a new job, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. And she's like, that's a lot. I was like, no, it's not that much. And she's like, no, that's a lot. And I was like, this isn't even half of what I have, of the expectations I have on myself right now and everything I want to do. So I think I'm going to have a conversation, like figure out that overarching dream, have a conversation with it, have that big relationship talk. Like, are we
Yeah.
serious? Like,
Yeah.
and yeah.
I love it. So another thing that happened today is I was reading my emails and I get notes from the universe.
Like,
So
really in your Outlook?
no, it was my personal email,
Oh, so in your Gmail, that seems a lot more
my
likely.
Gmail.
So you
Yeah.
signed up for some sort of newsletter, right? Okay, you're not just like
The
Joan of Arc.
note from the universe came down, the hand came out of the cloud and handed me a note. And in it said, send, and now I'm going to ruin this one too. Something like send a golden balloon message to your future self so that you will like give your current self like inspiration, ideas, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I will do that. And so I did it. I was like, hey, I would love some. And I feel like I got the ideas for all of this after I did that.
Oh,
So
that's fun.
thank you, future Amy.
But I mean, it also, yes, thank you, future Amy. And today, Amy, I'm loving all of this. Past Amy, you got us here. Today, Tracy's just on a ride. This is I'm gonna have some things to think about later. But like, it sounds like, I mean, if you listen to us, you don't have to take it serious, right? Like a lot of the stuff we talk about being your brightest self and it's practical tools and tips to help you along the way. But this is meant to be fun, right? Like,
Yes. What honest to goodness, right? It is meant to be fun. So, and part of that, part of romance is getting playful with things, right? You want to get playful. I think it's absolutely wonderful to be playful with your dreams. We all, why do you want to work towards your dreams, right? Like,
you
why?
know, there's that book, The 4 Hour Work Week. And
Yes.
this guy is like, you should never work more than 4, like everybody who knows the man that wrote that book says he works longer and harder than anyone else. He just doesn't consider it work. He outsources the stuff he doesn't want to do. He outsources the stuff he sees as work, and he'll spend 20 hours a day working, but to him he sees it as living the dream, right? Like
Yes.
he's completely engrossed so much in what he does. I don't know if he feels playful towards it, but everybody that
Yeah.
knows him is like, nobody works harder, nobody works longer. He just doesn't, and it's not even like a catch line. He just really doesn't feel like it's work because
So he's, no matter what, he's enjoying what he's doing. He's
it seems
getting
like it,
something
yeah.
out of
Or
it,
at least
right?
feeling, to me, sometimes it's just like feeling so in your zone, right? Like you are living your purpose, your passion, your dream, whatever word
Yeah.
you wanna
Yeah.
call it. When you're in that zone, for
That zone
me,
of
it's when I feel
genius.
useful. Like I
Yeah.
can be the absolute number one right person for a job, but if my work goes unused or keeps getting deferred or isn't seen as important, I look for another job. I need to feel like in the moment what I'm doing is helping. Like I don't want to be the most
Yes.
important, but I need to feel useful to feel successful and to feel like I'm in my zone of genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
So how are you playing toward your dream?
So this, okay. So everyone, this is how I write. Like ideas come to me and I write it down and then I go, huh, do I do that? Oh, I guess maybe I have done that, but I hadn't considered it as this. So
Yeah.
then I was trying to just like rack my brain to be like, how have I in the past played with my own dreams? And it was more kind of like playing with a goal, but working toward a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have sat down to write, and many times my writing does feel like play. Many times it feels like work, but I love to write, whether it feels like work or play. It's something that I love to do. Sometimes I have love the fact that I have done it. And sometimes I love the fact that I am doing it. So sometimes I have literally put a crown on my head to write, just so that it's like, I have a crown on my head.
It is your writing crown.
It's my writing crown. I am going to have fun with this and just start writing. I have taken my writing out for coffee dates. So I go, before, in the before times. Yeah, I haven't done it now,
In the
but
after.
yeah, yeah. So like Caribou or someplace and just squat at a table and just write to my heart's content. But what this has done is it's gotten my brain to just be like, how could we play? So now I feel like I am going to be thinking of ways to play with my dreams. Like, how about you? Like, can you think about ways you might have done it in the past?
No, so here's my issue with dreams, and this will definitely go into the next episode too, but it's that whole like trying to be better piece of it. And so getting caught up in the like, I'm not
Mm.
there yet, right? And so I take it a little too serious. And it's funny because I'm the most non-serious serious person you'll
No,
meet.
that's a perfect explanation of
Right? Like
you.
right, like I crack jokes all the time. I find really weird connections to things. I'm pretty lighthearted, sincere, and genuine, but I'm also always on task.
Right.
So, and so that makes it hard to play. And that's actually one of the goals I've been kicking around this year that I'm now going to have to see
That's
if maybe
right.
that's the dream is to be more playful and fun and like
Yes.
live life out loud. Like, and so now I'm thinking about, so like for me, I'm trying to do more with my, a huge goal I've had for a long time. I do want to run like a marathon or something long distance or just be better about my health and fitness. And to me, it shows dedication, hard work. It's just like this one thing I want to be able to say I did. But I'm a sprinter. And so anytime I've started one of those like couch to 5K, couch to 13.1 mile like programs, I don't last long because I'm just sloughing it and I'm hating it. So my new thing is, before we start a training program for where we are with our fitness right now, I'm just gonna sprint in the woods like a gazelle while I listen to the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack. Like,
Honest to goodness.
yeah,
That if that isn't playing, I don't know what is.
so that's what I'm gonna do. I have wooded trails near me. I'm not quite brave enough to just do it on the side of the road on the sidewalk yet, but there's a playlist on Spotify that's like running to find my lover in the castle beyond, right?
Oh
Like
yeah, you
like
told
all
me
those
about
really,
that.
yeah. And so it's just like, and I've heard the Lord of the Rings soundtrack is good like that. And so I'm trying to add fun and playfulness into the physical fitness while I heal from some injuries and can't actually train right now. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's one of those things where I'm thinking about some of these goals. If it's not fun, if I'm sloughing through it, is there a different way to achieve that overarching dream that's not a long distance marathon, right? Like, is there maybe
Right.
something that's more interactive and fun and like running in the mud and like still physical and active, but isn't, a crazy distance to just
Yeah.
go for 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah.
Like I'm a
That's
4 hour marathoner, please. Okay, 6 hours, let's say.
okay. Oh my
So,
gosh.
so for me, that is a way to like put fun into it. And then, like I said, with the dating thing, like just not taking it seriously, like not looking at men even on dating apps as like, is he the one? Am I the one for them? And instead, just like, hey, we both cool cats. What's going on? Who are you? Tell me about yourself. Like just like, and remembering rejection is protection throughout all that, and just trying to have fun in life. So
Rejection is protection. Ooh, I
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
that.
So no, I think, okay, so now that we're saying this, I've been jokingly telling people as I've been like listing out the hobbies I want to pick up or I want to start in classes I'm looking at taking. And I think my new overarching dream is to be Lara Croft. Like I'm signed up for some archery classes.
Yes.
Right, like I want to learn more about history and languages and all that. And so like that might be the new dream, and that might be how we keep it fun, because that character it has so many skills, has so many attributes, so many things that would just be fun to be. But it's not like I have to be this weight, or I have to have this relationship, or I have to achieve this amount of money in my career. Like it's like, no, I want to know how to shoot a bow and arrow while riding a horse. Like it's a little bit more fun than that. It's not quite a crown while I write. Like I'm now going to think about like, do I dress up when I do certain like stuff at my desk to like get in the zone and have it not feel like a task,
I
right?
think you need a Laura Croft outfit.
Oh, doesn't she just wear a white tank top and cargo pants? Like I got that. Like I'm fine.
I'm all in on the Laura Croft thing. I used to want to be I can't remember what her name was, but it was Alias Jennifer Garner, the
Oh,
character
Sydney
she played in
Bristow.
it.
I would love to
Sydney
be Sydney as
Bristow.
well. Yes. No,
Yes.
Sydney was definitely back then one of the ones too. I mean, I wouldn't hate that either, but yeah, that's a funner way to kind of like look at some of your goals and be like, oh, this character or this person in history, like I totally want to be more like that. Like that's
So
a
I
fun way to
love
approach
that
it.
because it kind of encapsulates. So it's sort of like it's a dream of doing this, this, and this, but in a way that makes it, it's still this overarching dream, right?
And
It still goes together.
when you look at it, like she's skillful, she's intelligent, right? Like so, and she's also just seems to be having a good time. So yeah. That's a fun way for me to look
I
at it.
love it. I love it so
Yeah.
much. So, yeah, I just think if people just look at your dreams as if you're having a relationship with them, think of them as living, breathing things. I love the idea of maybe giving them this persona, right? If you can think of a persona that encapsulates if
Mhm.
you have more than one dream, or even if it's just one dream, maybe give it that persona so it's easier to think of being in partnership or romancing that
Well,
that
and I even just love, like, instead of a mid-year check-in, every other Sunday I have a date with my dreams and I treat that time as sacred, right? Like,
sacred space.
yeah.
Yes. A date with your dreams. I'm telling you, I love
It's
this.
so much more exciting than I'm gonna go and look at my goals and then think about all the ways that I didn't achieve what I needed to achieve, right? No, I'm gonna
Right?
go have a date, we're gonna romance, we're reconnect, we're gonna flirt, we're gonna figure out where the relationship needs to go to be successful, right? Like
Yes. I love it. So just get playful and flirty and just start romancing your dreams, right? So the universe.
Oh, tell the story.
I was super intentional with doing the tarot cards. So I got very quiet. I made it a sacred space. Like I got quiet. I thought about it and then took the cards and started shuffling and just like, what does the collective need to know about romancing their dreams? What do they need to know about dream? What should we blah, 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 connecting them, put them out, pick a card. And I get the Four of Cups, which it's it's this person sitting cross-legged against this tree and he's just kind of staring at these three cups. He doesn't look that happy. Meanwhile, there's this magical hand coming out of the clouds handing him a golden cup. So this
He's
card
ignoring
is
it. He's ignoring it.
he's totally ignoring it. He doesn't even see it. He's like, I'm not very happy with these three cups I have. Now, and so this card, at first, I saw this card and went, I really want to put this card back.
You were him. You were ignoring the golden chalice being put in front of your face. More specifically, you were Tracy
I
with
love it.
the tarot card pull.
So, but then I thought, no, this card is perfect because this is like the before card.
The
This is
before
like,
times.
yes, the before times. Bored, you're bored, maybe you're bored with your dreams, right? You're disconnected, right? Tracy, you talked about being disconnected from your dreams. You're ignoring this offering. Maybe your dreams are right in front of you. So while I'm thinking about, oh, I just want to put that card back, I get the cards back together. And a neat little thing to do anytime you're doing a tarot spread is to flip the deck over and see which card is on the bottom of the deck. And what card was on the bottom of the deck? The lovers.
Ooh la la.
So
The
something,
relationship card of the tarot.
yes, exactly. Besides the Two of Cups, right? But this one, I mean, if you can see, if you're watching this, we'll describe it if you're not. There's an angel above both of these people, and it sort of looks like an Adam and Eve character. Both people are naked, holding hand. No, they're not holding hands, but they're reaching out towards each other. So something to think about this. I mean, I love it that we got the lovers card. Biddy Tarot says it's a soul honoring connection. And I just want you to remember back to the whole thing about the fact that I believe your dreams are given to you and that those dreams want to become a reality.
Mhm.
But also the fact that the people are naked is its raw honesty and open communication, which you need to be
Ooh,
with yourself,
yep.
right? You need to be honest with yourself. And like we talked about, why not communicate with your dream? right?
For a relationship to be more than just the dating and fun, like for a committed relationship, you have to have that vulnerability, right? You have
Yes.
to be vulnerable with yourself and your dreams to be able to
Yes.
achieve them, to receive,
Yes.
to birth things into the world. And
Yeah.
what's
And then,
more vulnerable than being naked?
right? Nothing except naked in front of another person. Then labyrinthos, or however you
Labyrinthos?
pronounce labyrinthos. Uh, what I like too is that they actually brought up partnership and
Mm,
relationships
choices.
choices.
Being in a relationship is a choice, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing we didn't cover earlier that I'll take the universe's time to do too is sometimes being in a relationship is also acknowledging when it's not working anymore. And so whether it's because you have too
Yes.
many dreams or it's just kind of a dream, no matter how many dates you go on, no matter how much you try and flirt with it, no matter how much you try and connect, it's not there. And so if you love something, you gotta let it go, right? And
Mm-hmm.
maybe it'll come back to you, maybe it won't, right? Like if we're gonna take this analogy all the way, like sometimes you have to break up with your dreams. Sometimes your dream's gonna break up with you because you took some missteps along the way, right? Or maybe something
Mm-hmm.
else has to come forward first, and that's really hard. So you gotta allow yourself to grieve that and move on.
Yeah.
And
Really
then
good
and,
point.
and then find your new relationship.
Yes. And then have fun all over again.
There you go.
Yeah. So what's happening next time?
Well, this is kind of crazy that you painted this all as relationships because next time that we chat in episode 35, it's going to be about your relationship with yourself, essentially.
Oh, that's
Uh,
so cool.
right? So, so as you work hard to make your dreams come true, it's important to remember you don't always have to be, and rarely will you ever be the best, but you should always strive to do your best. I know that's really hard
Oh,
for some people to hear. Sometimes when it's like, oh, I'm going to do my dreams or I'm going to do XYZ, like you're thinking I'm going to be the best. There's always somebody better, right? There's always going to be a greatest of all
yes.
time. And then that person, like Summer Olympics are upon us, they're going to break Michael Phelps's records. And there was a time when we thought nobody could overcome Michael Phelps, right? And so when you're striving to achieve your dreams and trying to stay motivated in your dreams or anything in life, get rid of the competition. You are your own competition. You just have to do your best. And that's always going to change depending on what you're going through and what you're feeling too. And so
Yeah.
we're just going to be chatting about all the ways we try to be our best selves and how to look different for everyone and throughout your lifetime. But
Wow. I
yeah,
am super excited about that.
I hope it goes well.
Well, everyone, if this episode spoke to your soul, please share it with a friend. And if you have time, give us some love on your preferred platform with a rate, review, and subscribe. You can also reach out to us via Instagram and YouTube under The Brightly Podcast or via email at brightlypodcast@gmail.com.
And with that, we hope you have a bright and beautiful and romantic day. Bye.
Bye.